I'm not a lawyer, but this is the part 2 recap of this man who is also not a lawyer, but he is representing himself in an unaliving trial. So, quick reminder, this has to do with an incident that happened on July 25th, 2022. There are about 7 people in an apartment, and something happens that results in Quinton Nixon unaliving Tony Westover. So on the first few days of trial, the state calls up some of the 7 people who were there that night, including the owner of the apartment. Well, renter, but you get the point.
Tell the court what happened while you were in your room.
So I was in there maybe 10 minutes, and I heard a commotion, and I opened my door, and I came out and seen Quinn had Tony put up at the door by the head of her hair, and a gun pointing at her head.
Prior to that, had you seen Tony with a gun?
No, ma'am.
Had you seen the defendant with a gun?
No, ma'am.
Had you seen anyone at your house with a gun prior to that?
Not that I recall. Okay. It looked like she was trying to fight back. It was just a quick glance of what I saw when I got shoved back in my room.
Who shoved you back in your room?
Adam.
Context here. Adam Wright, the man she just mentioned who pushed her back in the room, is another person who was there that night, and he also is an ex-boyfriend of hers. He's gonna come up again.
At any time, did anyone take that sword off the wall?
No.
At any time, did you see anyone use that sword on the defendant?
No, ma'am.
Was anybody fighting him with that sword?
No, ma'am.
Was Tony fighting him with that sword?
No, ma'am.
Neither was Adam or Brian?
No.
So Angel goes on to testify that there were no arguments, no hostility, and no threatening behavior toward or from the defendant. Here's Cross.
What was me and your relationship?
Friends?
Did Adam Wright know we were friends?
Yes.
Did me and you have consensual sex?
One time, yes.
Was Adam Wright there?
He was in the living room, I assume.
So you're stating for the record your ex-boyfriend was in the living room while me and you were having consensual sex?
We were all in the living room before that.
Can you answer my question, please?
Yes.
I can't tell if this is actually relevant to the case or if Quinton Nixon just wanted to be messy.
Did I have a gun?
I don't remember, no.
You don't remember or no?
You didn't bring one.
Or did you not just say you seen Adam Wright with a gun when he first got there?
Yes, he was there 2, 3, maybe 2 weeks before you even came. I seen it the one time, and I didn't see it after that.
When did you see Adam with a gun?
When he first got here.
Tonight?
No, he's been here for like 3 or 4 days.
So 3 or 4 days ago, he came here to visit with you from North Carolina or wherever?
Did you not just say that Adam was there 2 weeks? You said you seen him with a gun?
A week or 2 prior, yes.
Did you hear what you said in your statement?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear that you said 4 days prior to this?
Yes, I did.
Answer correct?
It was a mistake.
So it was a mistake that you said to the police that
Yes.
you seen him 4 days prior
Yes.
with a gun?
Yes. A lot happened that night, but
He's here.
it wasn't to your liking.
Just want the truth.
Not Quinton Nixon impeaching the witness. Just a reminder, to claim self-defense, Quinton Nixon has to prove that he didn't create the situation that he had to defend himself in, that he had reason to believe he was in danger and he truly believed he was in danger, and that he had a right to be where he was. Now, I didn't include the clip, but Angel McClain, the renter of the house, is the person who went and picked up Quinton Nixon and brought him back to her house. So that establishes number 4. Now, here is some of Adam Wright's testimony. Adam Wright being the ex of Angel McClain.
Angel is a longtime acquaintance / ex-girlfriend. I kind of grew up, I was best friends with her brother. I dated her. I know her whole entire family for at least 20 years now. Angel had kept me informed that her friend or whatever he was to her was coming over.
Were you upset?
Absolutely not.
Now, did you have a gun?
I did. Smith & Wesson 9mm. My gun never leaves me. I don't go anywhere, including the bathroom, especially if I'm around people that I don't know or do know. I'm not allowed to carry a weapon, but I try to practice proper gun etiquette to the best of my abilities.
What?
So, literally, my back is to everybody that's in the living room. They can see me. For whatever reason, all I heard was the sound of Velcro. And at that point, I heard, hey, something, like, don't quote me because it might not be exact, but it was something along the lines of, hey, man, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Something in me said to turn around, and I started reaching for my weapon, and I started to turn around.
Up to that point, had you seen any other gun in the house? Did you see?
There was a weapon sitting on the table in between everybody.
Okay, how did the gun get on the table in between?
I do not know.
Okay, you said you heard Velcro. Tell the court what happened after you heard that Velcro.
So I start reaching for my weapon, and I pull it out like this. And I'm not even all the way turned around. And Brian is so close to me at that point that I cannot even up my weapon at this point in time.
And you're under the table.
Yeah, I go down behind him, and at this point, something's definitely wrong. And that's when my ears just started ringing. Clear gunshots. I jump up, and I come around the corner. Tony, at this point, is motionless, like on the couch. Quinton was standing there, so I upped my weapon. Quinton threw the gun in the middle of the floor, put his hands up, and said, "I don't want to die." That's when Brian attacked him. I attacked Quinton as well. I kicked him a couple times, and I said, "You killed her, bitch." I said, "You killed her, bitch." And I said it twice. Well, I kicked him. I might have punched him. Like, I don't know. Like, I was freaking out. I was like, I'm getting out of here. I don't know. At that point, my instincts told me I needed to leave. Like, as I'm like squeezing through the door, I get out onto the balcony. Quinton comes running into the room, trying to get out the door as well. I upped my weapon again on him and told him to not follow me, to get back in the house. I remember, like, I took off running down the street, but I didn't make it very far because Brian started yelling. I heard my name plain as day. It was like, "Slim, Slim, Slim." That's what they call me. For some strange reason, I just happened to turn around and go back. I don't call it a God moment or whatever you want to call it. I just happened to go back. I go back through the same door. Then I come around the corner. Brian is face down on the floor. Quentin's on top of him with a gun. So I up my weapon one more time.
Quinton's facial expressions are sickening me. He looks so confused by this story.
And he sees me. Does the same stuff. Throws the weapon in the middle of the floor, puts his hands up, says, "I don't want to die." This is the time I hit him with my weapon. I freed Brian from whatever was going on, and that's when I back through the door and I jumped off.
While you were there, did you see anyone try to attack the defendant with a machete?
Absolutely not.
How about a hammer?
No, ma'am.
How about plastic? Anybody try to roll the defendant up in plastic?
Child, everybody sounds high.
No, ma'am.
Did you threaten to kill the defendant?
I did not.
Did you hear anyone threaten to kill the defendant?
I did not. He was there with us for 4 days under his own free will.
On cross, Quinton Nixon focuses on a particular part of Adam's testimony.
You stated today that you pistol whipped me in the process of trying to save Adam from me being on top of him with a gun, correct?
Brian.
Brian.
I don't know how well I connected, but I know that I did try to hit you with my weapon. If I didn't, it's unknown to me. Like I said, it was a kind of panic situation.
When you did that, where was you standing? Like, where were you at? And like, where were we at? What was going on?
I cannot say exactly where you guys were in the living room, but you were in the living room somewhere.
Okay. You said that you left the apartment through the back door. You pointed the gun at me because I was trying to come out. And you also stated that Brian wasn't there at the time, right?
When I exited the first time, you were the one that were behind me. I don't know where Brian was. I did not see Brian. Like, I was trying to keep you inside of the apartment.
And you said you ran down the street, several houses maybe? Is that what you said?
If I ran down the street, any houses, I only made it to 2 at the most.
Okay. And you said you heard Brian yell for you?
I did.
And that is when you climbed back up, correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a video I would like to play. The video of everyone exiting the home. The witness is stating that he climbed back into the apartment, and that video shows something different. By the video, can you tell who that is?
Yeah, that's myself.
Mr. Wright, can you tell who that is leaving the...
It's Brian Fielders.
Mr. Wright, can you tell who that is?
It's you.
So I guess the dilemma I'm having is if you were the first to leave, then Brian left, and then I left, at what point did you come back and pistol with me?
Okay,
Quinton Nixon said, "I'm not a lawyer, but..."
So when I got stuck into the doorway, like, listen, I just have to state, this is a traumatic experience for me, okay? Like...
Answer the question, sir.
I might not have jumped off the balcony. Like, I was dazed, I was confused, but like, what I said had happened, I might not have jumped off the balcony. Like, I've stated to the detective when he questioned me, I felt like there was a piece of this tape that was missing.
Here's a little bit of cross of another witness who was there that night. His testimony is pretty much the same. He didn't actually see the incident, but he does agree that there was no arguing or animosity before it actually happened. And then Quinton has a question for the judge.
I believe you testified today. You said everyone was getting along in the apartment prior to the incident.
Yes.
You said we were doing drugs and we were up for days. Would you happen to know where the drugs were coming from?
No, I don't know where everyone was getting their drugs from.
Mr. Crew, do you still get high?
No, I don't.
You know you're under oath, correct?
Yes.
Are you high today?
No, I'm not.
Your Honor, can I ask that the witness be drug tested?
No, you may not. I mean, you can ask, but it's denied.
You never seen the actual shooting. Is that safe to say?
Yes, I've never seen it.
All right, I'll be back with part 3. I gotta go edit it.